Hi guys, it's Carissa. It feels like it has been a long time. It feels like it has been a long 2-week wait. It is over. It unfortunately did not end well, and we'll be moving on to IVF as soon as cycle day 1 occurs, which is most likely tomorrow or the next day. And that's something definitely to look forward to. As always, I usually let myself take a day to just kind of feel bummed out and not have any obligations. I made sure to finish my work early so that I can just take the afternoon and relax and just let myself be sad if I feel like it. But this time around, I approached everything very differently. I didn't take a single nap this 2-week wait, which if you know me, you know that I basically sleep through my 2-week wait every single time because I either am emotionally or physically or both too put out, and I just feel like it's better to just sleep than to be awake and be stressed and be tense and be uncomfortable. But this time I was out shoveling the driveway. We had a couple of nasty snowstorms. I was out shoveling the driveway. I was cleaning this room that I'm in, this makeup room. I can't even tell you the number of garbage bags that came out of here. Lawn and leaf bags, like the big black ones. I just had so much just junk and garbage that I was holding on to. And I don't mean actual garbage. I just mean I hold on to a lot of things for sentimental reasons or just because I think I'll need them someday or that they'll be useful someday. And I would put them in this room here where I would do my makeup, and then the rest of the room there was no space to walk because it was just the floor was covered. And I put seasonal stuff in here, holiday decorations that I have bins down in the basement for these things, but I wouldn't always put them back there. And this room just kind of became this horrible physical visual proof of the fact that I have some issues to work out, that I don't know, I just always felt guilty doing something nice to this room because I felt like it was my way of saying I gave up or something on saving it for a child someday. And granted, I do have another bedroom that if we ever were lucky enough to get to that point, that that would be a nursery. I felt like, well, I should have 2 bedrooms for all of the children that I'm going to have. And I don't know, it's hard for me to take this room out for myself. But I'm doing it, and I painted, and I filled holes, and I've been slowly accumulating items to decorate with, and it's closer now to being finished than it has been all week, and it feels really good. I look forward to coming in here. I feel happy when I'm in here, and I feel proud of myself. I've been in this house for 5 years, and the day we moved in, I thought, that's going to be a baby room, so I'm just not going to do anything to it until then, and so, but it feels nice, and Mike's been really helpful, and he seems really proud of me, and I know that this room's always bothered him because he's a neat freak, so I'm just letting it go, and I'm enjoying and embracing the things that I'm doing next, because that's all I can do, and I felt good. This 2-week wait felt like it lasted forever, but I don't think it's because I wasn't enjoying it. I think it's because I was living it. I didn't just, shut everything out, and I allowed myself to feel and think the things that I needed to when I needed to, but for the most part, I just kept myself really busy. Speaking of next steps, I also was very graciously accepted into the newest Biggest Loser Challenge, the TTC Facebook group. It's a private group that I somehow missed all of the notifications on it starting, or I missed like the main one where they're like, hey, do you want to be in it? Because I didn't know about it until one of my friends mentioned something. So I asked just off chance, could I join? and I was accepted, and thank you all of you wonderful ladies that are involved and that accepted me in. I did lose 30 pounds before my last IVF while doing that, and I think that both of those things kind of ended up being a good push for the other, you know. For some reason, when I have a group setting like that and, you know, I'm being held accountable, I'm a lot more likely to stick to something than if I'm doing it just for myself, for my own benefit, which sounds really pathetic, but I think if it were really just that easy, everyone would be at an ideal weight and would be super healthy. You know, I think that it's easy to celebrate with food and comfort yourself with food. And I think that when it's, you know, obviously coming out of the winter time, you're a lot more sedentary. You know, a lot of people are, at least, when the weather's not so nice. So it's just good timing. It feels right. I'm looking forward to everything that I have coming up. I'm feeling good. I, of course, mourn all of the things that don't amount to my main goal, which is to have a family, but I have one. I have a pretty good one, you know. My husband is so great, and I have to just be happy with that. And because in the meantime, this is life wasted if I spend it all sad. So, but I feel good. This is the first I've cried today, so it's probably part like PMS and part finally like letting it out and feeling it, because I was busy this morning and just kind of packed all the emotions down, but they're not all bad. It's not all bad. So I'll let you guys know when we get everything started, and I'm probably going to write to my doctor tomorrow, maybe tonight, I don't know. I'll write to him to see what his opinion is of my AMH dropping to 1.9 from 2.1, and that combined with our past failure on the drug protocols that I've been using, what he thinks I'll be doing next. It'll just be nice to have a record of that so that when I do start, I don't have to kind of backtrack with them and be like, wait, you know, Dr. Green said I was going to be doing something different, because I know that they don't necessarily show him my chart every time. So it feels good though. I do have to say just briefly, I don't want to dwell on this, but I know that there are a lot of women who are hurting right now and have had some complications or negative results, just a lot of stuff going on right now that just doesn't feel too nice. And sometimes when you're part of a community like this, with all of the success, you forget about all of the tragedy and all the sadness. Because to women who have been in it like me for so long, or who've been doing this for so long, you know, when you've been trying to conceive for years or hopeful to conceive for almost 10 years, it feels like everyone in the world is always pregnant but you. That's just how I feel. Without being dramatic, time goes through these phases where it's like there's like a year span where just everybody I know is suddenly pregnant all at once, and I'm kind of going through that again right now. And a lot of them are even women who were in the support group with me. You know, there are so few of us left that I knew of when I first started. And, you know, to find out that there are women who are having struggles and who are having issues after they thought that they were getting ready to have their happily ever after, it's very painful. It's really hard to hear. So my heart is just completely breaking for all of these women who have been experiencing very recent problems, and I just want you to know that that I and everyone else are here for you, and we are just holding on to so much hope that everybody gets to the other side of this. With that, I did want to be a little bit more involved. I have used my personal Facebook to keep in touch with a lot of women who are in the TTC community, specifically through YouTube. And I will openly admit that I have not liked photos or statuses or commented on things. as readily as I would like to, because I didn't want it to show up in my personal feed constantly for other people to see that maybe I don't want to discuss these things with, or that I guess I just don't really feel like sharing all of this with people in my personal life. I certainly don't hide the fact that we have struggles, but I do not announce it either. So I did finally make an actual page that I can friend people through. Before I just had like a like page. And now I have, and that was only because I just didn't feel like logging in and out of the two. I was totally just being lazy. But I will leave the link for that below. If we are friends on my personal page, you can still certainly be friends with me there. I wanted to keep it, strictly to mostly women who do and actively talk about this on Facebook, and that I could talk about it with you too, instead of feeling like, every time I click like on something, kind of wincing, like, oh, I hope I don't have to explain this to somebody at some point, just because it's nobody's business. So that's that. I also have mentioned before, I did make an Instagram for this. So some of you who are seeing this now already know I did take a test yesterday that was negative, and I did post my negative results earlier today when I got them. So if you want more real-time connection with me as far as TTC stuff's concerned, that Instagram is where I'm doing some of that. So I'll put those links below, just because I have kind of been sitting back, like kind of taking a seat back, just because sometimes it just feels like too much. But the truth is, I just love all of you girls so much, and I support you all in my heart and in my mind so much that I feel like I should let that show, and screw all the people in my life that I don't want to talk to it about. At least this way I can communicate with you all one-on-one. So, but that's it for me for now. I'm sorry to make this so long. I just have a lot to say, I guess. I don't know. So thank you. Thank you to everybody who's been watching the videos I've been making on my other channel. They've been a welcome distraction. And I've just been really enjoying talking about other stuff too. Sometimes that's just so nice. So thank you. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for your support. Thank you for caring. And thank you for making me feel like part of such a wonderful community. It means a lot. Okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm not going to cry again. All right. Bye.